understand these things, the process of getting into a transaction, you ask basic questions. And as you are asking those questions, most people in this market, they'll be lying. They'll be telling you, don't worry, we have talked to him, he's going to come. Don't worry, his brother is here. I've bought land from a family whereby there are 3 brothers and 2 colluded to sell it without the other one. The other one came and said he's the one and signed his signature. That signed his signature in my presence. I didn't know that he's not the one. Until the other one started fighting me and we went to court. It was in court that I now know that all of them are brothers. But the name this one paraded for me, he is not the one. So, but they brought the title document, and the will says that it is the 2 eldest brothers that are the executors, that are the successors. But one was not part of the transaction. They deceived me and I paid them, only for me to find out later. But later I was able to manage and resolve the issue. So we don't joke with land titling. Recall that I said that issuance of former owner. So if you have accurate cadastral record, it is easy to solve small land problems, because basic land problems we have in Enugu is land overlapping or layout overlapping. You can come and do a layout. Another group will do another layout on top of that layout. These people will be selling it, and the other people will be selling. All of them, they are selling it in different names. But when you bring it to the cadastral system, you see that it is the same land. They all fall on top of each other. It is now the survival of the fittest, of who is the strongest on ground to take possession. Because most times, it's not about selling it on the internet, selling it on Facebook, and doing sponsored ads. It is about going to the land and taking possession, seeing the beacon on ground and taking possession. Most of the transactions that is being done in recent times in the real estate market is not tied to the ground. Okay? There are many allocations that government is giving recently that they cannot show you on the ground. I don't want to call the government agency, but you know them. They cannot show you on the ground because the cadastral system is not yet sorted out. Okay. Land registration and titling process. So the 2 lines overlap each other. It's like land disputes, right? And it's not me that did it, so it's these people that I gave them my slide and they decide to overlap it. So initial registration is establishing, it establishes formal land rights via document and survey. So when you come to register your land, you submit your title document. The first thing you submit is the deed of transfer and a survey plan. So the survey plan is defining from point to point the size and the magnitude of the land. So you cannot, it's defining exact amount of land that you bought, and it has to be done by a registered surveyor. Ownership transfer, I've discussed about this, is done through sale, inheritance, or gift. Titling is the granting of legal ownership. So it is being digitized recently, like Enugu State Ministry of Land is now NGIS. It's now Enugu State Geographic Information System. The problem is that they now leave the 2 agencies working. Ministry of Land is still working and NGIS is still working. So it's like they are fighting each other. They are, so it's not supposed to be, it's supposed to transform into one entity. Because you can't have 2 land registries or 2 surveyor generals. So maybe over time the government may decide to improve on those things. But they are trying to digitize it. Next slide. Any question? Let's reserve our question to the end. So the role of government agencies in land administration. So every government has, number one, registration agencies, survey and mapping agencies, and planning agencies. So in our own Enugu State, we have Enugu State Land Registry. So when I was the Commissioner for Land, it was called the Lands Department. It's called the Lands Department. So in the Ministry of Land, there are three professional departments: the Lands Department, the Survey Department, and the Town Planning Department. So that is what we have here. So every government all over the world, both in America, UK, Canada, all those places, they are the same. They are all the same. They have Land Registration Agency, Survey and Mapping Agency, and Planning Agency. In some places, the three are in one agencies, while some places unbundle it to be three different independent agencies, depending on how big, how robust the town is. Like places like Lagos have unbundled it. The land is different, the ages is different, the town planning is different, the survey is different. Okay? In Abuja it's like that, in Lagos it's like that. I think maybe in Enugu they are trying to do that, but we are feeling the mechanical glitches here and there. We believe that they are going to improve. Okay? So the key challenges of land administration is poor infrastructure. So the paper-based systems are outdated and is prone to error. The paper-based carrying files, registering paper maps and all those things. That is why we are having NGs. So the Enugu State government is trying to improve, to digitize it so that you can do many things at the same time. You can have multiple of transactions going on at the same time. Another challenge is inefficiency. So the bureaucracy delay weaken legal protection. The process of carrying file from table to table, when you bring an application, it will stop for that table. Until you come there and say, ah, madam, how are you? How are you? Oh, yeah, take this one, do break. Before she will process it and move it to the next table. If you don't come, it will remain there. Until you go there and say, ah, Oga. So if you are doing anything there, you must be known to all of them and be smiling to all of them. And there was another day, the other day I went to EFCC to bail somebody. So one of them said, ah, Commissioner, now wow, we know they see you. We know they see you for a place again. No? It's not fair. And I asked him, are you praying for me to be coming to this type of place? How can you be expecting to be seeing me in EFCC? Is it a good thing? He said, but at least you go to come the hail also. So they want somebody to come around and maybe find them some things. So, but we try to avoid trouble so that we'll not be going to see them. We'll not be going to those kind of places. So what I'm trying to say is that the bureaucracies in our normal government setting, if you are doing anything with any ministry, whether it's police, EFCC, Ministry of Land, Ministry of Education, once you come there, you go see one woman, director. She go there like this, director. So no matter who you be, when you come here, you go humble. You must start begging her, ah, auntie, sister, why your mama? That Jesus. Begging me. Hey, Makakwa, I like your hair. So that she will try and, you know, before I became commissioner, I didn't know all those things. So it was later that someone taught me and said that you see all these people for ministry, you go they smile for them, you go they call them why or my that Jesus. So I don't learn now. If I come in any office, I say, ah, that Jesus, how are you? Ah, isi anyị kwa ya ọmaka ezigbo mmadụ Chukwu gọzie gị. You understand? Yes, that's the bureaucracy. So if you don't learn these things, your file go remain for her table. Unless you pay, you have to pay her money. If not, she no go do am. So that is what we call bureaucracy, delays, weaken legal protection. So your land title can be in jeopardy when you are under this type of people. And it is not the fault of that director. It is all over Nigeria, even in Abuja, anywhere you go. Because civil service, there's no motivation. If they tell you the peanuts that they are paid, you will be surprised. Lack of transparency causes incomplete record, which enable corruption. So anywhere you see land ministry, whether Lagos, Abuja, Enugu, even London, anywhere you see land ministry, corruption, backdating, forging documents, removing file, planting file, cutting corner, carve out, all those things. It is a regular thing. And the people who are corrupting the system, they create that lacuna so that there won't be transparency. And without transparency, there will be corruption. So that is why the recent governments are trying to digitize land processes. So when everything is going through the computer, it is easy to track fraud. Remember when, I know, okay, some of you are old enough to know when banks were using file, when banks have not started using computer. I can still remember, maybe around 1996, I was still in university secondary school. I opened account in Umuchinemere Community Bank at 1. CJAP at 1. That was my first account. And I was 16 years old then, but because I was tall, so I was claiming 18 years old. I was still in secondary school, I was claiming 18, so I opened account. If I come to bank, that whole day, when I get to UNEC gate, I will change my school uniform, wear another school, wear another uniform, or wear another clothes, go to the bank to deposit money. I'll stay there from morning till night. So banking was that civil service something. So if you come and they don't know you, if you have a lot of money, if you're a big guy, they will just bring you inside. Because somebody has to go to the file registry and find your file first, before they will now do the mathematics about the money you are withdrawing, deduct it and write the balance, sign it, and they will give you cash. No online transfer. So they will be passing one by one. So I will stay in the bank till even 6 p.m. 4 p.m. they will close the door so that people will not enter. But you queue up, sit on the floor, stand up from that morning till 6 p.m. before I'll be able to deposit 10,000 as at that time. That was how banking was. But now, bank moved to computers. From computer, they moved to internet. Before now, if you have bank account in Lagos, it's bank draft. If you are coming to Enugu, it's bank draft that you use and come. You can't come to Enugu and operate your account in Lagos. But now, if you have account in Lagos, you can come to Enugu and operate it. In fact, now, and now everything has gone online, mobile app. So now it's easy for both FBI. I saw one news in AIT that somebody, one as a man for Lagos, they chased cryptocurrency that was defrauded in America. They now moved the cryptocurrency to his account in Lagos. So the FBI traced the money to Nigeria and got in contact with Interpol. Interpol tracked him down in Lagos and captured him with the EFCC. Have you seen the level of technology? So if land administration can get to that level, you can be in Lagos, do a search on your land, see the report of the search, use that search, sell the land to somebody in Lagos. You don't need to come to Enugu. You don't need to come to the office of Ministry of Land before you do a search. They will not start going to look for file. Oga, we no see the file. Oh. Meanwhile, the person knows the file, but they don't keep them because that file na money. That file na money. Until you go and bring money, they will not tell you, Oga, if I no more can your file and I got your fego. They will not start looking for file. But if it is upgraded to digital level, you can access your file with your phone or use your email or your BVN to enter your file. Open your file and see it. Okay? So that's why we applaud the steps that is being taken by Enugu State government. But we also pray to God that they try and be very fast about it. Just that the fees, the charges are too much. So frequent disputes due to unclear or overlapping land claims. I've mentioned it before. Land overlapping each other because of the faulty cadastral system. It brings land disputes. We have tech barriers. So the digital systems need major investment and training. Just like what we have in NGs. NGs is functioning, but it still needs a lot of investment. Their server is still slow. You cannot access it online. They cannot carry out some major mapping projects for now. They are still managing file registry, uploading files. So they still need a lot of investment and training for them to effectively manage the whole land in Enugu. Next slide. So land titling. I have spoken extensively on this land titling. This is 439. So we have only 30 minutes remaining, right? Okay, let's rush through titling, but I think I've said what it is. So land titling is the formal legal recognition of land ownership or rights. Titles enhance security, support investment, and promote economic growth. So land titling is the formal recognition of your land, your title in land. You can have title in land, but government does not recognize it. True or false? Your father can give you 10 plots in your village, but the Enugu State government is not aware of it. So if someone goes to search for your title, your name will not be seen on the land. True or false? So it becomes a title when there is a formal recognition of that your right by the government. If it is not recognized in the registry, you do not have title. Some people will take you to Nike and sell land to you, okay? And you did not register it and you start selling it. You do not have title, so you are selling what you don't have title on. Because if somebody registers it before you, the person has title and you don't have title. Before the court, the person will defeat you. So types of title. There are many types of title. We have the C of O, which is a leasehold given by government, which recognizes your title for 99 years. So deed is a legal instrument used in transferring title, depending on the type of transaction, okay? We have the deed of conveyance, which conveys full title. We have the deed of assignment, which transfers all interest. We have deed of lease, which is a temporary right. I think it was in the last set I thought they asked me whether irrevocable power of attorney is title, because I didn't list it, so I told them it's not title. It's just an appointment as an attorney over that property, but you are not the title holder. There's still somebody holding the title. You're only being an attorney of the property. So these are the three types of deeds that we have for transfer of ownership in land. registered title. So a registered title is legally recorded, strong ownership proof. Okay? You can have a title as a deed of assignment, which is a document stating that an interest has been transferred, but it is not a registered title. Have you seen the difference? So registered title is legally recorded and strong ownership proof over that landed property. So title registration is the process of enshrining the transfer of interest in public record. And that public record is called land registry. And what I said is that it is in every country and every state, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Next slide. So what are the importance of land titling? Security of property rights. Okay? So if you have a COHOT or a registered title, if somebody just enters your land, if you go to Commissioner of Police and call police, they will arrest the person for forceful entry. But if the person has a registered title and you have an assumed title, maybe your father told you that it's your land, okay? But that person, his father told him and he rushed and registered the title. So if you come there to enter and he comes, who will supersede? The one with a registered title, because the law recognizes him. The police will recognize him. EFCC will recognize him. Court will recognize him. Anywhere you go, even if he goes to Amadioha will recognize him. True or false? So I say security of property rights. So it reduces dispute, ensures ownership and clarity. So if you have registered land title, it reduces you having trouble with people. Once somebody comes here and says, oh, he has COHOT, even land grabbers, they will not like to fight you. Instead, they will start negotiating with you. But if they know you don't have title, they can grab it. If they know police pass you, or they know judges pass you, they will grab it and nothing will happen. Access to credit. You can use registered title to get credit facility for your business, okay? You can give it to banks, can give it to any lending organization, they will recognize it and it will serve as collateral. Efficient land use, okay? So when government captures all titles, government can effectively control land use. You can say, okay, this is a residential area, this is a commercial area, this is a business area, this is an agricultural area. For example, we have M&A industrial layout. It's supposed to be an industrial area. There are so many industries there, but I think it's being converted to residential area now. Residential now. But it used to be M&A industrial layout. It's meant to be industrial. So that is the fragmentation that we are talking about. So what are the key challenges in land titling? We have structure, we have low awareness. A lot of people are not aware about land titling. I had some conflict with some of my clients that bought from my estate. I realized that they did not read the title document. They did not read it. Just like that land I bought in Ogui, 2012. I did not read it. I just paid cash, collected the document, went home. I didn't know that document had expired. So many people do not read title documents, and they don't know the power of those clauses in the title document. So that is the lack of awareness. Ownership disputes. Boundaries and claims often contested. There are still existing disputes between communities that are not yet resolved by government, and sometimes politics can influence those conflicts, and the conflicts will last over a long period of time. Corruptions and delays. So Corruption and delay undermine trust and system credibility. Trying to set up a functional land administration system in a corrupt environment is always an uphill task. You have to deal with some principalities and powers that make money out of the corruption. Okay? That is why Peter Mba went to build NGs outside Ministry of Land, abandoning all the people in Ministry of Land there. They remain idle and redundant. They are crying. They have removed all the files because those files are money. When 10 files are on your table, each file is 100K before it will move. So that 10 files is 1 million. But they have removed all the files from Ministry of Land. So they are idle and redundant. They are not doing anything. Okay? So that is corruption and delay. So they are trying to build an NGs that is computer-based, where all the transfer of title can begin and finish on the system, on the computer, without any human being carrying file. That is what they are trying to build. It is good. It is very, very, very good. Okay? But they are not doing it in a way to carry along the people who were in the system. So those people who are in the system are now fighting back. That is why they have that challenges they are having. Tech barriers, digital systems need funding and expenditure. And some people who are involved in this land administration have come to an age, they are not Gen Zs. They can't adapt to using laptops. They can't adapt to using apps, softwares, tech, and are you on Twitter or Instagram? They don't know what it means, okay? So when you are bringing this type of change, like NGs, their life is threatened. And then they, in their own small way and manner, they resist it. They do things to undermine you. They do things to undermine you. So that's why they try to keep those people in Ministry of Land. And the young people they employed in NGs. And all the people in Ministry of Land, they don't allow them to come to that place. Okay, next slide. Okay, we are going to look at 2 case studies. The first case study is a case study of a challenge in land acquisition. The Centenary City, Enugu Centenary City. So it was acquired. The problem in land acquisition there is that it was acquired by the state government initially for building of ESUT permanent site. Okay? It was acquired for building ESUT permanent site, but after some time, the then government moved ESUT to Abani. So the land was left to lie fallow. And then another coming government decided to use it for a private estate without the community being carried along. Because if land is acquired, it has to be for overriding public interest. That is the mandatory compulsory acquisition. If it is for building a university wherein members of Enugu State will send their children, then you have to release that land for government. But if it is for a private individual to be selling the land and making money, you have to return it back to the owners, okay? So that was where the conflict started. And then the compulsory acquisition was not perfected because at the point of change of purpose, they need to get consent of the community and even compensate them before you can take over. The compensation was not done. So what was the result of that? So the result was a conflict of interest between the community and the government, as well as the developer. So the three were conflicting. I handled part of it during the time when I was commissioner. The developer did not pay any money to government. Why? Because they said that the community is disturbing them, so they are not getting money. So they have not paid. Government is saying, The developer have not paid us. Community is saying government did not compensate us. So there was a lot of conflict. That was why the revocation was done in order to bring the conflict to an end and reallocate, rearrange the whole system. But one party went to court and it was hanging. So there was weak legal oversight. Okay? Misapplication of Land Use Act to in an alleged favoritism. You use the Land Use Act as power, take somebody's land and give it to another person to be selling, instead of giving it to the whole community. So the fight was between customary stroke statutory rights of occupancy. So the government has this problem recognizing traditional landholders. So if you have a community that is close to Enugu, as Enugu is expanding, you should know that your land is under threat. So if you are enlightened, your community should come together, maybe do a layout, or maybe come together, sign a resolution, pass a purpose for this land, plan it and say, it is our layout, allocate it to your members of your community, let them be selling it. If you don't allocate it to them, government will come and take it and allocate it to someone that will sell it, and none of you will sell it. So it's better that you give everybody their share. If you want to sell it now and eat the money, sell it and eat the money. But let the community have a unified land administration system so that they can liaise with government agencies. Public distrust. So the result of this failed acquisition of land caused public distrust. So people don't want to buy land there because they believe that there will be conflict, there will be litigation. Community will come after you, you pay community. Government will come after you, you pay government. Developer will come after you. So you have to buy it from 3 different parties before you can live there effectively. Up till today, there's still a problem there. So it caused protests, litigation, and project delays due to unresolved land disputes. So all the people that have projects there, maybe community will come and fight you today. You go to police, go to court. After 1 year, you have to fight with the government. They'll come with their land use charges. You have to pay for COHOT2 before you get approval. So you have to start paying for approval, paying for COHOT2. When you finish that one, the developer will now come. So your project will be delayed. You spend more money in making trouble than spending money on the project. Next slide. So another case study is a successful land administration system, Abuja Geographic Information System. Okay, so in 2003, the administration of the FCT decided to digitize land processes in the whole FCT. And then they had to employ the best hands from Julius Berger, Germans, to set up the international best practice in Abuja. So they first of all brought in the master plan of Abuja with a backdrop of satellite imagery, and then overlaid it with the topographic map of Abuja and started digitizing it parcel by parcel. Until today, the Abuja Geographic Information System is the best land administration system in Nigeria digitally so far. Lagos is doing something serious, but they are not as good as Abuja. In Abuja, all the realtors can do a search by themselves. In fact, Abuja realtors are so enlightened that if you show them any land document, they can do a search by themselves without asking. They won't ask you questions. They will do a search, get information before they ask you questions. And they know exactly what information to get. They will know exactly the amount of fees that was charged on the land, whether you have paid it or not. If you have paid part payment, how much is paid, how much you are owing. And they know other things, whether you have approval or not. They can get it online. They will do the search by themselves. So that is one of the most successful land administration system in Nigeria. So it includes digital record, transparency, integrated services, and revenue growth. So the difference is that the government of Enugu State is chasing revenue, taxation. But they have not talked about building a system that will last for over 100 years. Because we are not talking about the land transactions done in Enugu in the past 100 years. We are talking about the ones that will be done in the next 100 years. So we are looking at building a robust system that can carry 200 years of transaction. So just like building a one-story building, if you dig foundation 3 feet, you can start building, okay? But if you want to build a 100-story building, maybe you go dig 10-story building inside ground. And maybe for the next 2 years, you'll be casting concrete inside ground. And people will not see what you are building for the next 2 years. Okay? It's after 2 years that people will now start seeing what you are building. Because what you are building is big. It has to have a sustainable foundation. So what these people are doing is short-term, targeted on generating money, collecting money. So at a point, after some years, the gravity of the transactions that will be done over years will collapse the system. And then you now hear that system has collapsed. They'll start carrying file again. Okay? You can't access the information again. So that is the difference between Abuja and Enugu system. So there are a few ongoing challenges in Abuja Geographic Information System. There are people who are still resisting change, and to some extent there's public awareness gaps because of the people living in the rural areas. So there is high maintenance cost of infrastructure and system upkeeps. So next slide. So in conclusion, as a realtor, it is very important that you understand these 3 factors, these 3 key factors. Land acquisition, how land is acquired, how land is administered, and how land is titled. The reason is because as a realtor, if you enter a territory, let's say you move from Enugu to Abuja, if you don't understand the land administration system of Abuja, there are 2 things that will happen. You will not be making money. 2, you'll be entering trouble. Okay? So you have to understand land administration so that when you come there, you know exactly what to ask of, what to look out for. Once you look out for these things and you know, okay, this is how it is done here, this is how it is done here, this is how it is done there. And you know how to navigate your way around. So as a realtor, you are encouraged to improve your knowledge base about land administration, land acquisition, and land titling. So at this point, we have to bring it to an end and take some of your questions and also maybe contributions before we wrap it up for the day. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think I'll do the first question.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. See the way they are fighting me. Are you a student like, no, look, I won't make this money. Okay, so my question is there a difference in compensation plan for a land with registered title and a land without registered title?
Okay. It's a very, very good question. Now, land with registered title, you are more strategically positioned to lay your claims. Okay? When land has a registered title, it can be valued. A valuer can go and value it. It has a market value. It can be valued. But when land has no registered title, what they will do is to count the economic trees. You have 10 palm tree, 5 cashew tree, 2 mango. It's only the economic crops that they will count. And in government scale of fees, there is already price of those trees. So you just count those trees and add the money. Maybe it's 35,000 or 40,000 they will pay you. But when land has C of O, there will be a valuation by government and your own valuer. So your valuer will value the land. the government will value it and they will work on the both. Your valuer can say, okay, this land is 100 million. Government will maybe say this is 50 million until they come to a point of agreement. So it means you already have title recognized by government. So government cannot push you away like that. The compensation must be adequate. So you have a bargaining power. But for those who don't have title, you don't have much bargaining power. Government will just give you whatever number of economic trees you have on the land. Because you don't own the land, the government owns the land. It is the crops and the trees you are growing on the land that they will compensate you so that you move to another land. Okay? Any other question?
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir, I want to ask, as a beginner, this is like the first time I'm having any kind of teaching or experience in real estate. So you made mention of some things to look out for when looking at a land title or documents or anything that is given to you. I don't know. I think this is the second time I'm hearing it in this class, but they've not really told us like what is the particular thing to look at in the COHOT to know the title. Like you made mention of the expiration of the tenure and everything. And are there some specific things apart from that that we should look out for in the documents that?
Okay, you know, these things are things that you learn, you perfect it over time. For example, if you see a CFO that bears 99 years tenure, you should go and look for the date when it was issued. If it is issued 1950, it means that 75 years is gone already. So what you are buying is the residue of that 99 years. So if you minus 75 years from 99 years, you know that maybe within the next 24 years, you are going to renew the title. You are going to pay for the former owner to renew the title. So it should now impact on the price, your negotiation power on the value of the property. Somebody will not just say, okay, I have land in Ogui and it has CFO. They will give you, you pay. No. You have to read it, see the tenure, see the other terms and conditions. There are places that they wrote, this is strictly residential. It means you cannot change the purpose. You can't build. So it's something you learn over time that by the time you start reading title documents, it will start coming into your subconscious, the things to look out. You know, while growing up, there are things that we are encouraged to do. Any document you see, read it. Any document you see, read it. Until one guy went and read a occultic book and started telling us about. So, but for now, as somebody new in the real estate market, any title document you see, read it. Allocation letter, read it. Whether it is government allocation letter or private developers allocation. If you go to Abuja real estate, if you see allocation letter, it will be like 35 pages. If you read it, it will be like book. By the time you finish reading it, you will now know that you did not buy land though. What you bought is space, and that as at the day you bought that space, you have to start building something. Within 3 months, if you don't mobilize to that site, the land does not belong to you. So they will put all those clauses. So if they have 250 plots here, they will sell 500 plots here. And they know that all of you cannot start building at the same time. So some people must come after 3 years. And when you come there, you see that somebody is already living there. You now go and ask them, Oga, how did you sell my land now? They will say, okay, no, we waited for you, you didn't build there, so we gave somebody available to build. It happened to me, my first time of building in an estate in Abuja, it happened to me. I bought land, left it. After like 2 years, I came there, saw that somebody has built a house there. They now said, okay, it is stated in the document that in case you didn't build when you are supposed to build. It's not our fault, it is your fault, because we have been building the road, putting electricity, you didn't come to do your own part. So we have given it to somebody who is ready to build. But however, we'll give you land in another place where we have land, or else we'll refund you your money. So which one will you take? Okay, if you paid. Yes, now. No, it's not total loss now. You bought land, you bought space. So that land they showed you before you paid is not what you bought. You just have a space with them. When you are ready to build house, they will go and show you where to build house. That's why the allocation letter is very long. So all those things are written to protect them, so that they can still sell your land. And if you go to court, you cannot hold them liable. So try and be reading any title document you see. By the time you start reading enough of them, some of these things will be making meaning. It will be making meaning to you. Any other question? Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right. Sir, in the case of titling, do you need to go with the former owner of the land to the government for titling?
For
in the area of titling, change of ownership.
Title?
Yes, sir.
Yes, to change.
Do you need to go with the former owner? Yes.
Most times it don't require that. They just require the deed that he signed.
Okay. All right,
Once you have the deed, they will transfer it. But sometimes they will contact the person behind you. You will not know when they contact the person. If they are able to see accessible contact in the file, they will call the person to know if he really signed that document. Yes. Okay, ask your question.
Okay, sir. My question is in two phases. For instance, I want you to advise us on these two aspects. If I am buying land from a family, what are those key documents that I should look out for? That is one. If I'm buying land from a real estate company as a client, what are those important documents that I can hold on to and say that this land is genuine?
Fine. Your question is a very good one, because this is where people fall into trouble. Family and real estate development. Some real estate developers are Yahoo real estate developers. So many of them. If you go to Abuja, there are many. In fact, if you go to Abuja, let me not say half of them, but a good number of them are Yahoo. They will come and meet this man. This man owns 200 hectares, and tell him, okay, I'll buy it from you. We'll pay you 10% of the money. So they will pay him 10% of the money, and then go and market it. They will mobilize 1,000 realtors, sell it online, without anybody knowing that it's this man's land. Though. This man does not know. They will be showing people another land and be selling. They will use their other estates where people have not built houses and be selling and be using the money to pay this man. And when they finish paying him, they will now start relocating those people to that place. Are we following? So for real estate developer, as a realtor, you have to learn how to be professional enough by first demand for the title document. If they say, hey, our title is COHOT2, you need to see it. You need to have a copy. If they cannot bring it out, don't do anything with them. You need to see the title document, and they need to give you a copy, either by soft copy or hard copy. Secondly, you need to do your search by yourself, whether you are going to Ministry of Land or you are going to the community to ask questions. You need to do your own search and satisfy your conscience that those title documents are authentic. Then, very importantly, the real estate developer needs to give you an authority as an affiliate marketer. Give you authority to sell the property on his behalf. Do you know why? If you go and collect money from a a buyer and put it in somebody's, and you send money to my account, is there anything that shows that I asked you to collect money from that man? If there's any case in the EFCC and you said you are a rate or you are selling land for me, can you hold me liable? I'm selling land. A lot of people pay money to my account, and you also paid money to my account. I don't know why you paid money to my account. Maybe you mistakenly paid it. Okay, come and take it. Oh, you get it? So you have to get the real estate developer to put it in writing that they are appointing you an affiliate marketer for so estate, and you have the document, because if anything backfires, a person can deny you that he doesn't do anything. He doesn't even know why you pay money to his account. It has happened several times. I've seen it. If you see serious case in EFCC where you see that definitely somebody is going to jail, everybody will be denying each other. I've never seen you. Who gave you my account? You pay money to my account? I don't have anything to do with you. He will write a statement that his account is a public account, so people pay money into it, but if you pay money there, come and collect it. I didn't sell any land to you. So also, before you go into, you have to agree with the real estate developer. What mode are you marketing? Are you marketing as an agent? Are you an affiliate marketer? They are two different things. An agent, you are paid percentage. Exactly percentage of what you sold. Like it shouldn't be more than 10%. An affiliate marketer has the power to negotiate price. Okay? An affiliate marketer, you can be given this plot at 5 million and you go and sell it 7 million. But you have agreed with him that it is 5 million that you are giving to him. It will be written and signed. You are an affiliate marketer. Okay? You can have more bargaining power with him. So you have to get a real estate developer to commit in writing anything you are doing with him, because some of them are criminally exposed. So when you enter into trouble, if anything happens between you and your client and police is involved, they will deny you. Okay? So that is for real estate developers. For communities, when you are buying from a family, I said it earlier in this class that try and get the traditional ruler involved. No matter what they tell you. If they bring a set of people and say that they are the members of the family, how do you know that they are members of that family? So you must rely on a constituted authority to the power of attorney. What if they give it to you and it's not authentic? What if there's another group that registered another power of attorney on the same land? How do you know? In that community, they can have parallel groups who are fighting each other. And they will be telling each other, nah, they will be selling the same land and they know each other. No, it is a normal thing. No. They know each other. And they know that this is a group Uchuka, this is group Ndinka, and they are the same community. So if they bring you, they will brainwash you and say to you. So that is why you get a constituted authority, get the traditional ruler involved or the president general. Because of their position, there is a limit to the level of fraud they can get themselves involved in. If they know that these people are not the landowners and they are collecting your money, they will not put their signature in it. You understand? Because it will be a big news that they say traditional ruler arrested for land fraud. Okay? But if they say one Igbo smoker for community, where they sell community land, police don't catch them. It's a normal news. But if they say professor arrested for land fraud, to carry weight. So there's a level you reach in the society, you limit the kind of things you involved in. So if you come into such community, rely on a constituted authority and make that person to be signatory to that transaction. Even if they refuse to share the money and give him, you have to make available money to make sure that he puts his hand, so that any time in future, if another group of people gangs up, the traditional ruler will now say that he was part of the transaction, he signed, he witnessed it, the land belongs to this person. And if you bring him to court to come and bear witness for you, he's a very, very powerful witness. Okay? So when you are dealing with families, please tell them you want to involve their traditional ruler. Even if the traditional ruler is not a member of that family, go to the traditional ruler, talk to him, plead with him to come and moderate this transaction for you, for your own security. There is another thing I used to advise realtors. Some of the people, the real estate developers, they will tell you to collect money with your account and then remit to them. Before the law, it is the person that receives the money that is the seller. Okay? So some realtors will now say, what if they now pay the whole money to the man and he refused to pay me? If you have your written affiliate marketing agreement, if you have it signed, the person cannot deny being in that transaction with you. You know why? Do you know why agents, these street agents, when they want to pay, they will say, let everybody come to bank. All of them, maybe 12 people, all of them will come to bank. They will be waiting. Once they pay, they will not say, who will collect the money? Or yeah, they give it to him. Everybody will hold him. Do you know why? Because if he leaves that place with the money, it's gone. There's no agreement. There's no document to say that you are part of the agent. So it is cash and carry. That's why sometimes they start fighting. When they start sharing the money, they will fight over the money because there is no agreement. But if you are a professional, tell the person, please, sir, I normally like to keep record. I am brought up with consistent documentation. Don't be offended. I would like you to sign an agreement of affiliate marketing for me. If he says, oh, no, I'm giving you 10%. Okay, no problem, sir. Let's put it in a letter of authority of marketing. He will write it on his letterhead and give you. You will now go and market. So that if you do a transaction, if you bring a buyer and the buyer pays, he cannot deny you. If he tries to deny you, you have a document to enforce it. You can take him, you can report him to police that you have rendered the service and the payment is made and he refused to pay you. Okay? So the risk of collecting money in your account is that if anything backfires, the first point of call is for the security agencies to arrest you, the realtor, who received the money in your account. The estate developer can wriggle out of it because there's no documentation. And the fact that you paid money into somebody's account does not mean that you did business with him. Okay? He can as well return the money and say that he's not even selling the land. So when he denies you, you are now a fraudster. Who even authorized you to bring somebody and say that this land is for sale? Essentially a land that is not your land. If it is your land, you have land, and somebody can do search and see that, yes, this land belongs to you. You can boldly say, it's my land, I'm selling it. Pay me money, I'm selling it. But because you are a realtor and it's not your land, you have to protect yourself with documentation. Another thing is that if there is a problem with the title of the land estate developer, so that it will not affect you, if you have a document stating that I am a realtor, bringing buyer, marketing this land for buyers to come and buy it, and this man is a real estate developer who claims to hold title on this land, the law exonerates you. So if there's any land fraud, if you bring a buyer and the buyer buys land, and it happens that the title is not good, and the thing backfires tomorrow, you can always say, I am a professional realtor. This is the document. The money he paid me is for my services. There is my percentage for my services. And he told me that he's a real estate developer, which he wrote in this document. Have you understood me now? So, if you watch boxing match, before they start, there's something that the referee says. Who will tell me what the referee says? Boxing match. Every boxing match, there's something that the referee says before he tells them to start fighting. Okay, first, he will say, obey my command at all times. Second, he will say, protect yourself at all times. So I will leave you with that. As realtors that are trained, protect yourself at all times. So thank you very much, and I wish you a successful evening.